Okay, love bugs, I was counting down to summer and now she is here and it feels like she's halfway gone. As a mom, I had a whole bucket list of things that I wanted to do with my kids, and the number one thing was to get my rest. I feel like I was chasing sleep, and I have been getting my rest. But now it's time to be outside, family edition, and today I'm going to be doing a nice beginner-friendly install. This one comes courtesy of Unice and she is available on Amazon. She is an ash blonde, pre-everything glueless wig. We're going to be doing a body wave texture and she is a 13x4 lace frontal wig. Now I know that was a mouthful, but if you want to see how I got the look, the install, and especially how I made it blend with my brown skin, let's get started. Jumping right into it, you got to start with a neutral or nude wig cap. So nude for me may not be nude for you. Find one that works for you. And if you can't find one, go ahead and buff your foundation into an HD wig cap and you'll be good to go. So today I am working with Unice. They sent over a beautiful ash blonde wig. Inside of my package, they did include the blonde colored removable and adjustable elastic band, as well as the ear tape. I'll be showing you guys that a little bit later, but here is the star of the show. As I mentioned, this is an ash blonde pre-everything lace wig. She's going to have a nice, snug, glueless fit. And if you don't know what pre-everything means, there is pre-cut lace, pre-plucked hairline, as well as pre-bleached knots. She is set as a center part, but with the inside construction of the cap, you guys can see we have 13x4 in lace, and you will be able to part wherever you like for your perfect look. She also includes 2 strips of that ear tape that they included in the package. So this one will be an easy glueless install. And as you guys can see, the beautiful curls are super fire. You're even going to see whenever I comb out the curls, they really are some good curls. So now that you've seen the dimensions and all of the wig, let's go ahead and put her on. Now the first thing I noticed about this wig is I did get a glueless snug fit. I am trying her on for size and just seeing what the game plan is. For now, I am going to keep her as a center part, but deciding if I want to do baby hair or sideburns definitely is a choice to make. Typically with blonde wigs, I like to have baby hair because I don't like that line of demarcation where in HD it's going to look kind of crazy. But today we're going to just be very brave and we're going to do no baby hair, just sideburns. Here's a look at the wig from the back. The body wave is definitely going to body wave with these curls. So let's go ahead and pull the hair back and get started on the install as well as the style. So as I mentioned, we are not doing baby hair today, but we will be doing sideburns. If you want baby hair, you guys already know I'm team baby hair, so I highly recommend. But today I wanted to switch it up because again, with all blonde wigs, I typically tend to do at least a little bit of baby hair in the front. And I wanted to show you guys how you can pull it off with the same typical products and items that I would use. But I am going to do the sideburns simply because my hair is a dark brown or like a dark black or like a natural brown, so I wanted to make sure that we cover up any trace of my hair, and you kind of sort of have to have the sideburns to be able to do that. Luckily they gave us the wig tape inside of the lace, so you kind of can just peel and stick, and you definitely will be able to cover up any hair that any of your natural hair, so that the wig can be super flawless and you can be unclockable. Now for this one I did add a little bit of Got to Be Glued spray. Now Got to Be Glued is not a glue, but it is a spray that will melt the lace. Because this one is a blonde color, I feel like the lace has to melt for it to look flawless. If it is sitting on top of your head, even though it fits glueless, when it's sitting on top of your head, it's not going to look melted and then it's not going to be flawless. So in my opinion, I do recommend using some kind of melting spray along with the melt belt they provide to go ahead and give you a melted look. And also make sure that the lace tint that you choose also blends and makes it a flawless look. So I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side, where I just remove the back of the tape, add a little bit of that spray, work everything in, and then blow dry between a hot setting and a cool setting. So cool is going to give you a better result, but that hot shot really gets it in there and makes it super dry. I like to get mine super dry, and how you know it's dry is it'll start to almost like feel like it's suctioning on your head as you're drying it. And once it feels like there is like a nice grip, and it's not going to be tight like painful, but there's going to be a nice grip or suction to your wig, and that's how you know like it's on there. Next up, we can do the dynamic duo, and you guys already already know the drill. We're going to do the wax stick paired with the electric hot comb. Now, you guys already know I have my own wax stick as well as my own edge control, but lately I've been trying different products. Also, sidebar, here I'm showing you guys what it will look as a side part. Definitely going to look beautiful whenever you switch up your parting, but today is a bust down day. Also, I want to share that we do go ahead and tint the lace before we get everything started. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that I have the perfect lace tint. It is very easy to get it wrong with this, thinking that you're doing it right. You guys know the Ruby Kisses mineral powder in the shade 16 is my go-to. Typically, whatever your go-to powder is going to be completely different when using a blonde wig. I think that because this one is an ash blonde opposed to, it's like a warmer ash blonde opposed to like an icy ash blonde, my typical products worked perfectly and they did not show up too red or too orange. So I was super excited about that. But the reason I did it before I went ahead and did anything else is because if I would have got it wrong, I would have had to use like water to kind of like scrub it out of the hairline and try something different. Now that I'm comfortable with that product, we can resume with the Dynamic Duo. And as I was mentioning, there are so many different wax sticks on the market, including mine from bedeckbeauty.com. And today I'm using the one from Edge Booster. And the reason that one is really good for this particular wig, as I've mentioned in the past, that one is a little bit more dry. It's not as like greasy or oily as the typical wax. So because blonde hair typically will get like greasy and stringy a little bit easier, that is a great one to use for your blonde and colored wigs to prevent it from looking too greasy too fast. Now that we got it super melted and flat with the Dynamic Duo, I'm just going to trim down the sideburns because again, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do quite yet. We're definitely going to still do more with those. But for now, let's go ahead and add a melt belt so that the hairline and the sideburns can really dry and set in all of the above. And while this happens, we can go ahead and work on the length of the hair. So at this point, it's a great idea to add your heat protectant and or a serum, especially if you want to cancel out any frizz. For me personally, when it comes to blonde, I almost like a little bit of frizz in mine because if there's no frizz, sometimes if you add just even the most slight amount of product, it can get very oily or stringy very quick. And I don't want that at all. So if anything, I will use like a hairspray, but I probably won't use a serum or anything with an oil. Even if it's a dry oil, when it comes to blonde hair, I'm a little bit more careful. Now, if you buy a wig and it is super frizzy, you might want to use a serum to kind of help tame that. But again, for me, I kind of like the frizzy blonde salty hair look when it comes to like my beach waves and body waves with blonde. I think it looks really good, especially when the lace is melted and the hairline and the parting is super flat. So that's kind of what I wanted to go for, like the teased, messy, curly, wavy look. So the wand curler was definitely the perfect option. And as you guys can see, I just turned up the waves that they provided up a notch. I also did the opposite side off camera, and this was the look that we got. I was definitely pleased. Also, don't forget to let your curls dry and set, especially if you didn't like pin them up, because that is going to help them to last a lot longer. So while my curls set, let's work on these sideburns before we go ahead and pull them apart. I'm going to just take the Edge Booster Edge Control and just do normal traditional like sideburns. I'm not going to leave anything hanging. I kind of wanted to at first, but because we did curls, I think it just would have looked like kind of weird. So I went ahead and just styled those up, did a little swoop and cut off anything that like fell below the ears. And now we are pretty much done with the look, and the hairline has had a chance to set as well as the curls. Again, I take my time when it comes to pulling out the curls. If I'm not going anywhere in particular, I will literally wait till I get to the venue or wherever I'm headed to pull out my curls like in the car, because I just personally feel like that is how you get your curls to last a long time. Just do them and let them stay. Don't pull them apart literally for as long as you can. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of Sebastian Shapers because, again, we're going oil-free when it comes to anything we add to the length of the hair for now. But I do want that to kind of help the curls to stay in place. Now let's get into the packaging. You guys know I love the magenta look from Unice. They included this blonde-inspired adjustable removable elastic band. This is perfect because it will be camouflage if it shows through. They also gave us a bunch of strips of that wig tape that we used in the video. And then they also gave us this mesh bag, and inside they included a bunch more goodies. So here is our HD wig caps, and you guys see this is the Unice brand. So you can only get these with Unice, which is super nice, as well as the melt belt. I did use this in the video, and this is a game changer. You definitely want to have a melt belt for installing your wigs. And then they also gave us these press-ons, which are super nice. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around for this part of the video. If you lasted this long, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, leave in the comments any suggestions for videos you like to see. I'll have a direct link and all of the details on mine down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches.